I don't recall originally doing this giving me this much trouble, but then again, that was a while ago when I originally hooked this up. Welcome to the Digital Paul Workshop. It is me, Techno Meow Tinkerer. And today we're going to be reconnecting a on-off switch jumper to this power supply unit. I'm new doing this. I'm having to redo this. One reason I chose this project is to try out a two-camera system because I've done this before, so I can work on trying to film from two angles so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Hopefully, I have not checked and see what the webcam caught yet. I've only seen what my cell phone's caught on this video. But this power supply I had once hooked up and I had to unhook because the power supply on one of my computers died and it don't fit in, but I had to use it temporarily to power the computer till I got a new PSU for that system. And what I'm using here is a battery box that came as part of a LED light strip from the Dollar Tree. I took off the LED lights, rewired the wires, um, cut the plastic using a wood burning outside. Plastic can put off toxic fumes, and so you want to be outside to do it. But this PSU does not have an on-off switch, so either I have to turn it on using a power strip or plug and unplug for turning it off and on. And so that's one reason why I'm using this box here, because normally you just use a jumper, and the wires you want to jump is the green one, which is the power, and one the black one, which is the ground. So let's see if we can get a good look here. You see the green one, that's your power, and any of the black ones you can connect to. And so that's one reason why I'm using this is both as a jumper and a power switch, because there is no on-off switch on this PSU. Now, I'm having to take the back off because the nut that holds the screw for the battery lid loves to fall out on this thing. And maybe someday I will figure out how to keep it from falling out. Glue, tape, something. But it's not something I normally take apart a lot. I just had to take it off that one time for that computer that died on me until I got a new power supply in. Um, it's always good to have a spare power supply. It's always good to have backups on anything, especially with computers. Um, but just basically, let's speed through some of this stuff here because it's me trying to put the thing back together. While this thing's giving me a fit on trying to get the wires back in and nut keeps falling out. Some of the things you can do with a desktop power supply, you can buy the USB adapters for different hard drives, and that way you can kind of check the hard drives out, make sure they're working. If you got an old hard drive, as I had some, and you need to get some files off of there, you can do it that way without having to take your computer apart and put them in and stuff like that. Because there's a couple of old ones I went through just to make sure there was no files on them that I needed to keep and cut the ones off that I wanted to. And then I took the hard drives apart so I can use for Greeblies and other little projects in the near future, hopefully. Especially some of these small ones that don't hold much. I mean, you got thumb drives that hold more than the power than some of these hard drives did. But as you can see, it's just two simple wires and on-off switch. And you can kind of use anything. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but basically you can make, that's basically all the circuit is just an on-off switch with two wires. And you can probably use different electrical ones if you want to get more fancy, get one of the little toggle switches. I don't know if you could get the one with the LEDs that light up if they would work. I do have a project I want to do in the future that involves one of those. I don't know if I want to test that out on the PSU. Wish I had another one around so I could try out. That'd be interesting to see if it lights up. The reason why I am not that familiar with a lot of electronics, I know how to do basic circuits, how to wire a VCR plug up to an outlet so you can have a drop cord. I know somebody saying, well, that's not safe. Well, I was using it to power a light. So, and that was for a play. So that's why I did that. It was just simple. I wasn't drawing that much current, that much amps. Just one of those little lights. So I wired a outlet up with a dimmer switch so I could control the lighting for the play. This was years ago for the church. And so part of this channel, I will be looking at doing other electronics. I kind of want to do, I definitely want to know how to wire LED lights up to dioramas and stuff. Boy, this thing, there we go. We finally got it in. Now, come on. I don't recall originally doing this giving me this much trouble, but then again, that was a while ago when I originally hooked this up. Let's fast forward. See if we can fast forward some. Yeah, we got the lid on. As you can see, got it in its box. The whole point, like I said, the box is to help try to keep everything together. You don't want wires falling out, risk things getting shorted. Electricity is not forgiven. So now we power it up. I go to turn it on. It ain't coming on. And then I realize, oh, I have the power strip turned off. And like I said, that's the one reason why I wanted to do this, is so we do not have to constantly rely on a power strip or plugging and unplugging for powering this thing on and off. So the fan is now working. It's a very quiet fan on this unit. But like you can see, just simple on-off switch. Everything's contained. Hook your hard drives. Maybe splice the ends off and put your own ends on. Maybe you need to wire one of these 5 volts up for a Raspberry Pi. Put a USB-C connector on it so you can test Raspberry Pis out. Probably power some other stuff too, because you do have 12, 5, and 3 volts. Well, I'd like to thank everybody today. Please like and subscribe. It will help the channel out. I will be looking at other ways for you to donate, because I know some of you are out there using ad blocker. So you can still donate to me, and I can understand why you want to use ad blocker. YouTube and some of these sites love to feed you ads that have nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your interests. It'll be one thing if they fed you stuff that you were interested in or that you actually wanted or needed. It's another thing when they send you something that is totally irrelevant to you. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope this helps somebody out there who was wanting to know how to make a bench top power supply for different projects.